Speaking of cleaning penises, you mentioned it, of course. You got to ask you about the great Anthony Cumia. Uh, I love the Ant Man. That's why me and him are so close. That's my nickname for him, the Ant Man. Uh, I think he's great, and I honestly think he will go down in history as the all time greatest radio guy. I loved Opie and Anthony. I think the Howard Stern's legacy got ruined when it exposed the fact that how fucking fake he is and was, even when you look back on it. But at the same time, with Anthony, he's again, I'm a huge fan, but he is a controversy magnet where it seems like no matter what he does, he has people who are out to get him, or they're calling him a racist or a homophobe or a fucking a sexist or whatever the fuck. But for you,
I'm waiting for you to say something negative about him.
but for you, what's it like when you're like doing a show with him or hanging out with him, and are you ever wary of the controversy that comes from getting on down with the Ant Man?
No, first of all, I don't even know him that well. I know him. The only time, like, I've never been
Do you hate
invited to.
him? You hate him so much?
No, I've just never been invited to
Do
do the
you,
show.
do you
I'll
think
go
you
with.
could? You think you could take him in a fight?
No, he has guns, and I don't have a gun, so I'd be. I don't want to show up for that fight.
So you have thought about the fight with Anthony and how you would handle it?
To go out like they do it like in the. Do you think they really did that back in the day? They would just do 10 steps and then turn around and shoot. Like if the dude wants to shoot me, I would only do 9 steps. I would. It's like I'm a step quicker than I do my steps faster. I'd be
You would
like,
have to really want to kill someone to go to that effort of fucking like of saying, listen, I can't believe you let your dog shit in my garden. I'm gonna fucking kill you. But at the same time, when you think about it, if you brought that stuff back, I really think it would, pardon my French, settle a lot of people's hashes. And I didn't mean to swear, so excuse me. But I just think, not that I'm saying people should die. Anyway, we're kind of getting off on a tangent. So you was talking about hanging around with Anthony after you hated him so much.
I do not hate Anthony. I get along fine with him, but I will say, like, yeah, I've never been asked to do the show. I obviously would be down to do it whenever, but yeah, I'll go with Brennan and Levy, but like that's the only extent. I don't know. Yeah, I think yeah, I'm fine on Cumia's show, but yeah, like I don't think like I'm for In Hot Water for what it is now. Now when Berg was there and it was more like free flowing jokes, that's one thing. But like I don't know if I'd be um like the one time when he canceled me last minute when I was supposed to do it. And then I watched the episode and I was like, yeah, I wouldn't have been comfortable sitting there for that episode anyways.
But
So
with the accusations he gets, like you get some people saying that, like, no, and we know that it's fake because like he'd be in fucking jail if this stuff was fake, and if the evidence was real, he'd be arrested for it. But when you hear the sort of shit he gets accused of, what's sort of like the vibe behind the comedian scenes?
oh, he seems to be cool with it. Like I mean, he makes jokes about it. Um, you know, like I saw it when what do you call it? When someone's like, "Hey, Anthony, why you?"
Sorry, right? I really got to take a piss really badly. Can you give me 2 seconds?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm so sorry about that. I'll be right back.
All right. Do you want me to entertain him while he's doing it? Should I sing a Christmas carol? But yeah, while he's doing that, if you like me, I'll do some plugs. Twitter.com/Ray DeVito. My podcast, Rock Bottom Podcast with Ray DeVito. Um, Instagram, Ray.DeVito. And I got two specials coming out, a dry bar special and my own. They should be out in December. And then raydevito.net's my website. But yeah, we'll get back to that when he comes back. But yeah, I'm just chilling Cleveland, Ohio. That is where I am at. Just in New York last week doing shows. I know the podcast I did last week with Gas Digital. Oh, I got to put one out today that I did at Stand Up New York. So that'll all be on my podcast. So I was just plugging my shit while you were pissing your shit away.
Sorry about that. I was absolutely about to. I was trying to hold on to the leak, but then I
Gotta let it out, man.
thought of one Amy Schumer joke and I let it fly. Very sorry and rude that I interrupted you when you were speaking. What were you saying about Anthony?
What was the question again?
Oh yeah, no. It's basically with all of the crazy accusations around them. What's the vibe within comedians when it comes to being around with dealing with Anthony?
Well, I'm assuming it's not true either for the fact that, I mean, he, like you said, like he would be in jail if like that stuff was true. But like even when I was there and like people are trying to make jokes at his expense, like, hey Anthony, why are you following 14-year-old girls on Instagram? And he was like, the question is, why are you not following 14-year-old girls? Like he just joked, like, I don't know if he follows I don't know that, but the fact he was just making a joke about it, where if he was actually doing that, he probably wouldn't be making jokes about it. But so
yeah, but that's the thing that I don't understand about his critics like that. It's like, do you actually think he would fucking admit to doing that kind of shit these days? Like he obviously knows.
Yeah, he's easy to track, and like people are right now, like, dude, like that's insane. People are showing up at like that's not the only time. I heard like another dude showed up at another comedian's house because he was talking shit about him on a podcast. So his guy flew down to meet the guy, and I know who the comedian is, and I don't know like if it was talked about, but he's in like that community, and it's like, dude, this stuff gets ridiculous, man.
That's Chad Zermark, wasn't it?
If it could be, but
No,
yeah,
I
someone flew down to another comedian / podcaster's house because they were going back and forth online, and it was a civilian, and it's like, dude, it's just too serious, man. Just make jokes. Just make jokes.
But the thing, because I
keep the jokes first.
Yeah, I did hear that happened to Chad Zermark, or somebody at least threatened to. But I think that the problem is it's that when you say about making the jokes, but I think that the problem is there's too many fans out there that don't understand that comedians / comedy people don't actually mean what they're saying. Like chickens have never crossed roads. No horse has ever walked into a bar. Except during production of Sex and the City. But I just think that a lot of that shit, a lot of the shit and the drama comes from really dumb fans. And I hope it changes, and I hope that these fucking Anthony critics wake up one day and think, you know what? Maybe he's not trying to fuck kids, because doesn't he live with that woman?
I don't know. I don't know his personal life. Like I said, I don't know him that well. I know him in passing, and he's always been nice to me. He was at the Stand a night I was doing a show there, and yeah, but I don't know him that well. I don't. I just know him in the context of that I've done his show a couple times from the sidelines with Levy and Brennan. But outside of that, I don't know him. He's always been nice to me.
Yeah, and if anyone ever wants to hear me interact with Anthony Cumia, check out my back catalog. It's quite possibly the single worst interview I've ever done. I was so fucking nervous that I didn't even put my headphones on, and I'm just speaking into the fucking onboard mic. The audio is horrible. I completely embarrassed myself, but I was just so nervous to talk to the Ant-Man that it fucked it all up. But there you go.